Alright, hello everybody. I thought today I would make a pilgrimage to Five Gentlemen burgers and fries. It's a pretty nice day for a ride. Originally I was gonna go out, and I don't typically like to go out in like rush hour, but whatever. I'm taking back roads anyways, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And I already know what you're thinking. Aaron, you're going to Five Guys? How could you? You know? It's too expensive. You're paying $52 a burger. And to that, I would say, Five Guys just isn't for everybody. You know, you have to be a person of class, prestige, and incredibly poor financial planning to go to Five Guys. So, not just everyone can do it. And that's okay, you know? If everybody were like me, society wouldn't work. So, I'm okay taking the hit for everybody else. Someone's got to keep Five Guys in business. Because Five Guys is just the superior burger place. And I hate to bring it up because I know a lot of people, they just don't agree with that. You know, you have your In-N-Out sympathizers, your basic ass McDonald's, Burger King bitches, you know, and whatever other mediocre burger chains there are. I don't really know. I've never been to any of them. I only eat at Five Guys because they're the best. They put together the best shit, and you're paying for quality. You know, you're paying for quality. And to know this is not a sponsored Five Gentlemen ad, by the way. But Five Guys, you know, if you're trying to slap that sponsor on me, like, I won't complain. I'll wear the logo, I'll put it on the back of my helmet. I'll be a little Five Guys advertisement board. If you think I'm gonna let you in, brother, you got another thing coming. People who drive around here are actual morons. Like, and it's funny because every place I go, I'm always like, these are the worst drivers, right? Like, worst drivers are here, worst drivers are there. Like, every state I've been in, I just constantly am saying, oh, these people are the worst drivers. But then I got here, and I realized who really were the worst drivers. And it's these people. They're disgusting. Unclean, brainless mongoloids, and they're all behind the wheel. That's cool, man. Well, that loud truck, you know, gotta let everybody know you're driving that truck, and it's loud. But yeah, everyone who drives here really sucks, and it shows. I haven't ridden a motorcycle in a lot of places. I've been in Maryland, and I've been here in Virginia. So it's not like I have a ton of motorcycle experience, but I've been in a lot of states and driven a car. So I do understand, kind of. I have a full spread of America, I feel. At least when it comes to drivers. And these people suck. Anyways, so back to burgers. And why I like Five Guys. I don't think I explained, really, why Five Guys is superior to everywhere else. I just think all their ingredients put together make a better burger. I think they got, like, you know, just the freshest shit, really. They got the good burger. They got that good cheese. The fries are slapping. And fries are pretty important when you're going to a burger spot, like, let's be real. But yeah, they got the best of everything. Yeah, you're paying a price, you're paying a premium for, you know, good shit, but I just don't care. I'm at a point in my life where I'm gonna pay for quality. Sue me, you know? Sue me. Sorry, peasants, if you can't handle that. What up, big dogs? Okay. No wave from either of them. That's tough. That's tough. That one hit me. Cut me deep just now, not gonna lie. Honestly, they probably weren't even looking this way. Especially if you have a road right there. They just came out of the corner. They're scanning all over. Hey, where could cars come from? Where could cars be? If they're decent riders. So they probably just weren't even looking over here. This ain't where the threat's at. Damn, I'm hitting every red light right now. You love that when it's 85 degrees out. Luckily though, this is really the only part of the ride where you're like hitting all the stoplights. Until the very end. Once you get closer to Mecca, the holy land of burgers, you get a couple more stoplights, but for the most part, you're chilling. These uphill stops are a little tricky. I just had a big one back there too, but I'd say it's almost easier on a motorcycle working the clutch on a hill than it is a car, but you just have more like appendages to deal with clutch, brake, gas, I feel, because you're using your fingers and your, yep, you gotta watch out for that shit. See, dude just pulling out. Very cool, brother. Very cool. I'm not even going that fast, dude. I'm going fucking 40 and a 35, so gotta watch out for that shit. I think I talked about it last time, but that's how people get you. That really is pulling out, either from the left or the right. That's how they fuck ya. Oh, sorry. I'll try to work on the profanity. I had a fan came up to me after the last video and they said, I was on the street, by the way. I was just out walking. Someone came up to me and they're like, hey, saw your video. You're hot, first of all. I'm having a hard time thinking. But, like, now that I've kind of got a grip on it, I just noticed that you, like, swear a lot in your videos. And I have children. I have multiple children. And they all love your content. And maybe you could just cool out on the swear. You know, we're not asking you, like, go to 0 with it. Like, don't stop swearing. But you could just cool it a little. And so I said, hey, random super fan, I hear you, okay? Try to cool it on the swearing. It's hard sometimes when it's like baked into your DNA, but I'll do my best. That's all anybody can ask for. So this one's for you, if you're out there watching. When there's no cars out here, this is actually a really nice ride. It's kind of just like backcountry. You have a little bit of water here. And it definitely cools down right here, which feels so nice. But even after this spot, you're just kind of cruising on backcountry highway, so I never complain about a 5 gentlemen's ride. I've been noticing so many more traffic cameras lately. Like, they're just putting up these little pop-up ones, and they're like attached to a sign, and they have a little like solar panel on it. And I'm pretty sure it's what it is, at least. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure they're little traffic cameras. And I'm just seeing them everywhere, and it's really making me wonder how many hundreds of dollars I am in debt. Because in Maryland, I got a couple like little camera tickets, you know, they don't like go on your permanent record or anything, but they're definitely a find. They send you like snail mail, and they're like, hey, you were doing 45 in a 35. That'll be $75. And, well, no, actually in Maryland it's 12. It's 12 miles an hour if you go over 12. So like a couple times I got tagged for doing like barely 12 over. It was never anything outrageous. It really wasn't. It was always just like 13, 14 over. And yeah, they send you a letter and they say, hey, you owe fucking money. Oops, sorry. Said an F word there. Jeez, we'll cut that. We'll cut that. I don't know, maybe we won't cut it. Who cares? Anyways. They fine you. It's no big deal. You usually just log into a portal and you pay it off, and that's that. It's not like, again, it doesn't affect your actual permanent record. However, so what I'm saying is, I was in Maryland for a while now. Right now I'm in Virginia. So I'm kind of wondering if like they just don't have my address yet. I haven't been here for that long. Who knows? Maybe I should log into the little Virginia Department of Transportation portal. Just look up my license plate. Make sure I don't have like $2,000 of fines already. Because I just don't see these tiny little traffic cams popping up everywhere. Because they didn't have those in Maryland. The ones in Maryland are way more obvious. These ones are kind of sneaky. Got this Harley Davidson dude up in front of me. I gotta keep my distance a little bit, you know, these Harley bros don't really like. They don't like when us sports bike guys are near them. Makes them uncomfortable. I haven't been on this detour yet either. This is new. Usually you would go straight back that way, and then I think you'd cut across right here. That's really not that much of a detour, but maybe they just want you on this new road from here on out. Don't do it, I'm not turning. It's cooled down a bunch. I mean, sitting in traffic just sucks. Anytime you're actually moving, it feels so much better. So my perception of like how much it's really cooled down might be a little bit off right now, but uh-oh, we got the school zone. I've been pulled over by a cop 2 times in my life. One time, it was because I was sitting at a stoplight and a cruiser pulled up next to me. And I'm like looking at it to my right, and I'm saying like, whoa, that's cool. You know, I've never seen one like up this close, really, because it had like little radars on top, the speed checkers. And I've never seen those up close. So I was like, whoa, what are they? Like cameras, sensors, you know? I was just like kind of animatedly moving my head back and forth as I'm trying to figure out what this thing is. And I'm pretty sure I like just attracted the attention of this cop. And so he sees me looking at him. I'm not even really thinking about him, to be totally honest. I'm just like, what's your car do? Like, let me see it. And so the light turns green. I just kind of drive off. You know, not quick, I just like basically the same speed as him, but he kind of hangs back just a tad. And then I'm like talking or whatever, blah blah, and maybe like 20 seconds later I see the lights behind me and I'm like, oh shit. And again, I had just like gone off from the light, so I wasn't even like half the speed limit yet, you know, so there's no way I was tagged for speeding. But anyways, I pull over and he comes out of his car and he comes up and he's like, hey, you know you don't have a front license plate? And I was like, what? I was like, oh yeah, no plate, totally. And he's like, yeah, in Maryland you need a front plate. And I was like, oh man. I was like, well, I'm military, just got here, sorry, my bad. Actually, I don't even think I said that. I don't even think I said I was military. Yeah, all I did was give him my military ID, my license. I was just like, yeah, and I think he just was like, oh, you're military. And then, so yeah, I think he just assumed that I was new. So anyways, he just let me off with a warning. And he was like, yeah, put the plates on. I was like, all good, brother, all good. Thank you so much. And that was that. Very cool. The second one was a couple months ago. I was riding in the car and I was a little bit, it was my last day down in Florida, and I was just kind of like excited to get out of there, and I had to drive from my hotel to work to like do some checkout shit. And so I pull out of the hotel. Oh, by the way, I had lost my credit card in the hotel somewhere, right? So I was like frantically searching in the hotel for like 15 minutes trying to find my credit card. Could not find it. Don't know where it went. So anyways, that's my state of mind. I pull out of the hotel, I'm like, geez, no credit card. That is kind of lame. I'm thinking about all the like, I gotta cancel it, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm just absent-minded a bit, and I apparently was going a bit fast through a school zone, you know, with the lights flashing, saying like, school zone, slow down to 1 mile an hour. And the county sheriff, the actual sheriff, pulled me over in an unmarked police car, and he said, hey man, you're going pretty fast through that school zone. Like, I was going and you just zoomed right past me. And he was like, usually it's not that big of a deal, like, you weren't going that fast, but you just kind of zipped past me, and I can't just like let you go, you know, if you're right in front of my face like that. And I was like, dude, totally get it. I told him, I was like, I'm a bit on the fritz right now. Just lost my credit card. This is my last day here. I'm trying to like do all this shit to just get out of here, honestly. I hate Florida. That's what I told him. I was like, your state really sucks. I don't want to be here. I'm doing everything in my power to get the hell out. And he was like, and I hear you. This place does suck. So, I hear you. You've been cool with me. You stopped immediately. I'm gonna let you off with a warning. Just try not to do that again. And I was like, thank you so much. Again. You know? So that's twice. I've lived the charmed life with police pullovers. And that's cool. That's real cool. So, it's my only 2 brushes with the law. Other than that, it's just been speed cameras. Just robots taking over. Oh! I need like a smash my balls counter for these videos. I'll just have a running tally of like nuts smashed on bumps in the road. I'm sure every motorcyclist can relate to that. It's just something you gotta live with. Typically, if you see a bump coming, you want to like, you'll stand up on the pegs a little bit. You'll just like take the weight off of your butt, and that way as you hit the bump, it's not all the force isn't being directly transferred straight into your cock and balls. Like right now, over the railroad, you stand up a little bit, no big deal. But it's the ones that you don't see coming that gets you. When you're like behind a car, one just pops out, blasts your nuts right off. Now I know what you're thinking. Does this guy still have nuts? No, I'm not going to answer that question. That's a big ass radio tower. Wonder how much they pay guys for climbing up there to do work. At least $350, right? I already have this like huge fear with riding, with the camera specifically, and it's that for some reason it's just not recording. Like I've just been talking for what, 20-30 minutes, and there's just nothing. There's just nothing. That's terrifying. All that lost content, you never get it back. How will the people cope? Car wash, brand car wash. Where they sell car wash. Well, we're almost here. We're almost here at the Mecca. It's been a long, hard pilgrimage. We lost a lot of good people out there. Supplies were running low. We lost a couple people to dysentery. Indians, cowboys, I don't know, everybody was out there on us. Oregon Trail for those not really tracking. And here it is, the Holy Land. 5 gentlemen. You love to see it. Park here in the shade. It's always awkward parking a motorcycle, especially if you don't want to park like nose in. You want to back in like I usually do. It's always a little weird. Okay, but here we are, 5 gentlemen. I'll see you guys after. Cool. Alright, I'm back. I have the meat of 5 dudes in me. I'm feeling good. That shit slapped my bare butt cheeks. And for those of you who roll eyes to shit like that, just remember I can hear an eye roll up to 10,000 miles away. So, if you don't like hearing about dudes getting meat put in dudes, this show ain't for you. But that shit was just as good as I imagined it to be. It was actually probably one of the best, like, burgers and fries I've ever had going to there, and I'm not even playing that up for the camera or anything. Those dudes were on it. I even said walking out, like, they were all like, "Have a good night, sir," blah blah shit. I was like, you guys killed it. You killed the burger. I was like, thank you, brothers, thank you. They know, it's kind of a cult in there. They all know. They know what they're doing to us. So yeah, now for the cruise home. It's pretty much the same route home, so I most likely won't be talking the whole way, but I'll cut it. I'll cut it when I get a little bit out of here. I just wanted to give you the update on all that meat in me. Now I have to go home and drink 14 gallons of water because that was a lot of salt. God, that's a lot of salt. It's a lot of salt for one man. I'm always paranoid when I get going after I've stopped. Like, do I got all my shit? Are all my pockets closed? Is my little butt flap closed? Because I got a butt flap on the back of these jeans. That it's got like 2 little buttons that just hold a flap on over my ass. It's kind of old-timey, but I can just pop that thing down when I gotta, you know, and you have to hit the little boys' room. And sometimes when you're riding, you know, like if that little flap comes open, you're on the road, and you're flapping ass. You're flapping some serious ass out there. So, you know, I just worry about those things when you're on the bike. I always like to see how slow I can go at a stoplight. That way I don't have to put my feet down. Usually, like I'm going 1 mile an hour right now. I don't think I've ever hit 0, but I can do 1. Hello. Damn, don't even wave. You're out here you're out here trying to spread the good word of God, and one of God's disciples waves at you. You can't even give him the time of day. I'm cooking. I'm really cooking. I'm full of meat, full of cheese. And now the sun is baking me. I'm like a little beef Wellington right now. White bread on the outside. Dude's meat on the inside. And cheese. I don't think beef Wellington has cheese normally, but... Damn, dude, I don't think that's legal. Look at your foot. You're just flapping around 2 giant ass. There's a guy in the back holding onto it with a hand. It's not even strapped down. That is wild, fellas. That is wild. I think that's the definition of a road hazard. Don't worry, I activated nut protection mode. We didn't take any big hits right there. Alright everybody, I'd say that's kinda it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tagging along on my holy pilgrimage. But I'd say that's all I got. The rest is just gonna be kinda cruising home. And you guys have already seen this, so... I'm also entering a food coma a bit. No one wants to hear that or see it, so it's best I just cut it now, save some dignity for myself. So yeah, again, thanks so much, and catch you in the next one. Adios.